Good day, ma'am, and welcome to your Family Connections reading. As you can see over here, I have everybody's chart combined with yours here. These are composites. So these are the energetic baby that you would create when you guys met, or the sort of star-crossed layout for everybody that you have a relationship with. Now that you've heard your son's reading, you get a good idea of how it works for an individual. This or all of these individually will connect to both people. This will just be the language of the relationship, the identity. And I'm going to break that down. I'm going to start with um, Rogers first, and that is your husband, correct? You guys actually came to be because this is the North Node, the hand of fate, destiny, the main point of this chart, what you incarnated for as a team, what your group, what your couple goal is for you guys. Do you guys sing or listen to music or anything like that? Write poetry? Do you work in church? Because you came to be a part of a group that wants to help other people heal as a whole. I don't know what your religious background is, but this is very Christian energy, so to speak, just like you want to help everybody, you want to change the world. And that is where the majority of your energy is in this life for you guys. With the sun being in Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign about reinvention, rebellion, revolution, connecting with other people, groups of friends, the people you belong with. That is where the heart of this relationship is. Like you guys connect to a certain group of people who want to make change for the better of all of us. This over here backs you up. Like if you were willing to do that through music or art or painting or dance or anything like that, your Venus is here as well. So you would be completely backed up. Venus is the planet of how you would earn your money. So when you have the benefit here, when you guys start going towards this energy of bringing peace to others and getting what you have to say out there, because we're going to get to that in a second. You will find your tribe and actually start earning money through a whole new network. If you have not already started that, because your South Node is down here, Virgo and fifth. This means that the last life you guys had together, you were very much into your one on one relationship and sort of working with each other. Maybe you were even co-workers or just like it was a relationship of dating. Did you start that way in this life? Because I see that there are patterns of that, but either way, the relationship did not become um, something that was seen by other people. How about that? There's the way to put it. It was something that was very intimate to you guys, something that you did not go out into the world and join with other people to do. So this life, you guys decided you wanted to learn how to become a part of the group. Now, the funny thing about this is this relationship is in Aries rising. What does that mean? You came to define yourselves as a couple, um, to define who you are in the world. This is also sort of warrior energy with this going on here. But the thing about that is, with it being halfway in the 12th house, with the mix of your Pisces, you guys have no idea what a war you're fighting until like probably around now, because you can't see on this chart, but the owner of Aries, which is Mars, is right outside here, coming along this way, along with Chiron. So any wounds or any feelings you have about the things that you wanted in this life, if you guys didn't get them like you wanted to, or if you there are some things you want to move towards, or just gaining more control over your life, are being triggered right now for you to find your connection or find your strength in something outside yourself or something bigger than yourself in order to pull that off. And with you guys having a mix of this Aries sort of warrior independent energy mixed with Taurus, this is um, you fight when you have to, but most of the time you're just looking to chill. You're very peaceful people with the energy of this relationship and sort of the way that people see you, because that's what this house is about, how other people see you. Either they can get this energy over here or they can get the really chill people. Now, with the second house in the sign of Taurus with the mix of Gemini here, I again ask, do you guys do anything with music? This second house is about your natural gifts and the things that you sort of bring to this life to help you earn income for yourself or to establish the life that you want to live. With Taurus um, being in charge of your Jupiter, that means when you do things with your throat, when you work with food, weed, wine, outdoors, nature, helping people with beauty or music or singing or anything like that, your income will multiply for you. Now, with your having Gemini on that rest of the cusp, this means writing, teaching, talking, communication. Communication are also your gifts. So maybe you'd be good at writing stuff, writing music as well. But the moon is here as well, which means the heart of your relationship. Um, the way that you guys best express yourselves to each other is through words, through communication. It can be very teacher student sometimes, like you continuously learn from each other in a good way. The funny thing about this is that your third house of communication starts in Gemini, but there's some Cancer here, along with the Chiron. So what does that mean? That means that when you guys became emotionally connected to each other, there's a chance that maybe you became so sensitive about each other's feelings that you stopped saying what you needed to say all the time for the betterment of getting along in this relationship. And that lends itself to the fact that Cancer goes into your fourth house as well, which means your house is really the house that you have together would be a home, great food, great family. It's just really like that feeling of comfort that you picture in your head, like Family Matters. You guys have a home, but also you have a dramatic home with this Leo here. Also, the house that you create together, maybe it's fancy. Maybe you guys do things dramatically. Do y'all have a lot of fun, a lot of giggling? Do your children just really enjoy being around you guys because you're clowns? That could be something too, because this fifth house here leads to Leo. This is about your first child. The way you interact in your one-on-one relationships with your friends and one another, the way you express yourself, what you do for fun. So this is like a family that enjoys entertainment. You enjoy movies. You enjoy going out, being seen, maybe even perform is another sign here that you guys would be good at that if that's what you're into, because it really seems like there's a lot of indicators here for that. But this Virgo here at the end of the cusp means that you also sort of have a lot of really good skills at healing and helping other people understand themselves, them lives. And also, if you were into pets, you'd be really good with those as well, because the sixth house, which is the ruler of Virgo, is what your sixth house starts in. This means that you guys are good with your day to day life and keeping organized there and having a partnership. Like you guys are like, this is ultimate tag team work going on here, which leads into your marriage house, which is also in the sign of Libra. So this is awesome energy. What I see here though is that maybe in the beginning, maybe at some other point, it was a bit more not partnery. This could also mean you have a partner that might, or one of you might seem bipolar sometimes because of this energy. But there might have been some obsession, some controlling, just or even a phase where you guys were just like really into each other. It was like so intense. But that was always meant to have some transformation. Like it's a life-changing bond that you were meant to merge into one another and move further away from that independent energy of having to be self until you guys are merging into like one entity. So that's Scorpio in eighth here. This is the owner of the eighth house. This house is all about sex, death, taxes, inheritances, other people's money, real estate, the stock market, just all the magic, sex, like sex work, all those other darker, seedier, soul building elements of life. Y'all have a little bit of that, which makes me feel like your relationship went through two phases. But this Sagittarius here means that you guys are a bit more optimistic. You developed your own ideas about what these subjects do. And that's actually where your Mars is. You'd be really good at working with any of these topics in a foreign land. Like you'd be good at doing real estate somewhere else, or investing in property other places, or the stock market in other places. Which leads me to the fact that Sagittarius is in your ninth house, where you have a heck of a lot of planets, because this means that you have a business that has the capacity to go overseas. Whatever it is you guys are doing, the Uranus is in Capricorn here. That means when you understand that whatever business you're doing would do really good, like overseas or online, that's when things are going to radically change for you. And this was always meant to be held off until after 28 with Saturn here. And Neptune being here means it was all fog over it in the beginning, once again, because this 12th house sort of gives you guys a cloud over your intuition and exactly understanding what the main growl of this relationship really is. But it is a business that you're meant to have because your MC, which is the peak of this chart, is in the sign of Capricorn. This is a couple that came to work together online because Aquarius is there as well. This is where your Mercury is. The way that you guys think, the way that you communicate. You were supposed to be saying things to the world or letting the world hear your voice in some way, shape, or form. And that comes around full circle for this with you and Roger. That is your main part of the mission. Now, the next area we're going to move into is you and Sebastian. So let me close this one and get into this. All right, so this is the combination of, I had to restart recording. Luckily, I was able to pause. One of my children busted up in here, but I guess I shouldn't have paused if I was going to tell you, right? But just wanted to tell you in case you was wondering what glitched. This is your chart with Sebastian's and the energy that you make together. But this one is important to note that you guys are a team, which we saw heavily indicated in his chart. But you guys came from teamwork, partnership, and healing. This is what people will see when they first see you guys together, that you guys are sort of a team. And that's in two ways, because Virgo is about teamwork, but also this Libra here. Now, the North Node means you came to be family, which I mean, hey, yeah, nailed it. But you came to be a traveling family in a traveling family business. But the family business part doesn't kick in until after, I'm guessing maybe he's 28 because there's Saturn here, which means it's a restriction. So him 28 and like you 60 or something, late 50s with that going on here. But um, you came to actually reach your South Node, which means to be known in front of the world as a speaker or a talker of some sort, as a family. But then after that, for you guys to be able to come home and run a business as a family, you're going to be able to earn money by uncovering things that are secret, balancing injustices with this Libra meets Scorpio energy here. This is all about, I feel you guys give me very heavy political, like activist feels, looking at the way all of your charts are set up. Like you all individually or as little teams have things that you're meant to be saying and things that you are a representation of as a family. um, with this going on here, that's going to be a radical change that happens when you move somewhere that will allow you to move into the family business. Somewhere, maybe possibly even foreign, with this going on here, because Sagittarius is in charge of foreign lands, where it seems that you guys have your wound, which means that it's a delayed thing. Once again, this move will not happen until later on in your lives, that you go to this foreign land or this place that's at least 2 hours or more from where either one of you were natally born. And this feels like a big move. It feels like a lot because you have Jupiter, which is the planet ruled by Sagittarius, over here in the 11th house, in the sign of Cancer. This is about going like maybe the motherland or something. Is that anything you ever thought about possibly? Or just wherever for you is your motherland. What is the idea in your head? Because this is the house of wishes and dreams. So what you guys have been dreaming of making happen is possible. And I guess he's still young now, so maybe you haven't even started discussing what you guys dream. But this is the layout of wonder, of wonder. With you guys having this Aquarius, Neptune in fifth, that means that the fog is over how you're going to connect with the group. The fog is over your tribe for a while. And I guess that's understanding because maybe you're looking for a mom tribe or a different set of people who have the same beliefs, but since this is the chart with your sun. But that is always meant to radically change one day because you're going to go from searching for them online to actually being with them in person with this planet here. Right now, the biggest change in the planets is happening over here at this end. So that gives about like 4 or 5 years for the rest of this to start coming together, just to give you a timeline, actually, because this part is a bit faster than what I was picturing. So you're going to meet a specific group of people that you're supposed to be helping and working with. And this relates to what we saw in your chart with your husbands. Remember, because y'all were moving towards Pisces as well. So expect major changes for you guys within the next 4 to 6 years that will be moving you towards your purpose and the group of people in humanity you're supposed to be helping, because this affects everybody in your family. It's in a big way. With your Mercury, the way that you guys talk is in Pisces. You talk, you speak in a way that is a reflection of what the universe wants from you. Your Mars, your passion is in making that happen for other people. This is also another sign of music, art, anything that would allow you to take your dreams and pull them into reality. The thing that makes this a bit, I guess, what you would be balancing here is the fact that you have some Leo and Virgo in the 12th. It means that maybe self esteem could be an issue, maybe self esteem as a teen because of that Virgo isn't here, but egos might bump sometimes, or the desire to be perfect doesn't allow you to just do the thing without worrying about it all the time. Although I see that at certain transits, that strong energy you guys have of being a team of people that just are a joy to be around and an inspiration to others would be evident. The main area here where we see there's some I guess, what is that? Tension is the sun in Aries, which means there's some developing in the identity of this relationship. Like maybe this is once again like the first time you guys might be um, mother and son, because this Aries is the youngest sign. So you having your son in that means this is the first time the identity of this setup is being played out. And the moon in Taurus means that y'all are developing your relationship slow and steady over time. So this is a representation of father and son. But with it both being in the eighth house, he's learning about possibly restriction, possibly how to develop into the type of person that can help others through their experiences. Learning about the more taboo or the more, I guess, dealing with other people's money, dealing with things like oppression, because this house would be the house of slavery and all that sort of stuff as well. Um, Dealing with the repercussions of where you're from, your lineage. That's what I'm saying, because down here, right here, this line is your lineage. So you guys are completing a chain um, in your family line that is taking you away from where you've been and what you've done. And it's a very healing journey that's going on here. So let's see where your sister plays into this. My mind is just blown. Like, that's why I got slow there. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I love this process. You're actually the first family connections one reading I'm doing full out. And this, besides my own family and doing it for somebody else, I'm like, wow, I don't even know you. But seeing this come together and then seeing the locations that you have over here and stuff, I'm like, wow, y'all really did do that. So, your sister. Let's see how this is gonna go here. Because I look at these the first time when I do these readings too, so I can give you a organic response. Okay, so you and your sister are seen as the dramatic pair, or are y'all very different from one another? Because that could also be this with this Leo, which means very individual, very unique. This could also be flashy, somebody who they care about their looks, but the wound is here. So maybe your separate identities um, cause an issue for you guys with this energy going on here, possibly, because this is in the beginning phases of developing self and self-expression and uniqueness in this relationship. Learning to accept self and others with this going on here. Just doing your own thing. This is supposed to be a fun, lively journey that goes up peaks and many descents in order to develop with this Leo rising thing going on here. Now, your second house is all about the natural gifts that you have with that in Leo. That's entertaining. You guys are optimistic pair. You guys excite people. This could also mean you excite drama as well, because you got to look at both sides here. I haven't seen any indicators of which way it's going yet. Um, but we'll see soon. With this Jupiter here, when you guys step into an energy of healing, mind, body, and soul, the relationship will multiply, and the value of the relationship would multiply once you guys started working on teamwork, getting along, mind, body, and soul, because this is all about being of service with this energy. And this is these houses are explaining what energy you both have to have in this relationship, or what energy that you have. What are you um, able to do together? Because we have some relationships where you're together and this is what you do, and then some relationships that are the potential. And so I just want to tell you both sides in case I don't know how your relationship is going. And I don't know why. Like, I'm like, sisters, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know. That's weird. So let me know if that's hitting or anything. Um, because the Virgo goes into the third house, which means that sometimes you guys might be nitpicky or just over analytical. But with the Libra here, that's also being agreeable, trying to find balance in the conversation. But it also means that sometimes one of you or both of you might not say what you want to do for the sake of peace. And this leads to the house of family, fourth, which would be the sort of home that you had together, or how you grew up together. With you having Scorpio and Pluto here, it means that maybe sometimes there were secrets around the house, maybe themes of being controlled or financial poverty, or this could even be actual abuse there, because you have Pluto as well, would be a part of the relationship in the home. But that was always meant for you guys to end up in sort of a aristocratic space together, of balance, mutuality. This is art, this is wine. It'd be a good place to be, because this relationship was meant to take multiple shifts, and they will as different transits come through. Now, with Sagittarius here in the fifth house, that means that you probably do a lot of entertainment that had to do with daydreaming. Did you guys want to travel a lot when you were younger? Because that was typically what you would see here, that you would use television Possibly could be something you enjoy, but maybe things like this is very Dora the Explorer energy in your house of self expression. You have your philosophies and your beliefs. Um, and you are the optimist, the person who comes up with ideas that inspire other people. But sometimes this could lead to dogmatic energy, is I guess the word. Um, Being stuck in your own beliefs because you feel like, would be the flip side for that. So with Capricorn in the sixth house here, and that being your north node, that means that you guys came to be a part of each other's daily life, but in a way that is about working or enhancing your legacy, or it's just something about getting the bag. Are you co-workers already? Is she a part of the business too? Because whatever you're doing, this business is like, it has to be amazing. Because the South Node is over here in Cancer and 12. This means that last life you gave something together karmically as a family. There's something that you gave to the world, and this life is going to be a financial reward for that. Um, Pretty much. That's what that is. You just have to work towards the business, which is where I want to point out the planets are currently here, giving you the next 4 months, if you haven't already started a business, to lock in all the details, because then next year it's going to move over here and start leading you to finding your tribe and expanding online. So whatever the business is that everybody is in, like, it's time to network. If you don't already have together, and if you have it together, this is a confirmation. The planet of radical change, which is connected to Aquarius, is in here as well. So maybe multiple businesses got tried, or maybe other jobs were done before this one, because there was also this planet of fog karmically over this, which might have had you doing something else, maybe working domestically, working for houses, um, working cleaning, working for kids, working with moms or other women. Also could have been something that you came from before you stepped into what you were really supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis, which is having a business online in some way, shape, or form, or something that connects to a specific group of people, which leads to the fact that you have, once again, another sign, this Saturn over here, that this was not supposed to happen until after 28. But also Venus. I'm sorry, not Venus. Mars, the planet of your passion and your drive, and this Mercury, your planet of your intellect, being in Aquarius, means that the way that you guys talk to each other can be in a very friend-like fashion, or it can be very not emotional and detached, depending on what's going on, but also very friend or foeish at times because of that. Because this is also the descendant of the relationship, which is the shadow side of the relationship. The front side is bubbly and fun, and the other one is really logical and dry. If you've ever met an Aquarius, you know exactly what I mean. So, with this eighth house being in the sign of Pisces, this it typically means there are some things about your childhood that you guys don't know, but also that you have the gifts of healing people that have been through trauma. Um, Especially with the sun being here, you have an opportunity to make music, to make films, because Pisces is also film, poetry, some form of art out of what you have been through and the identity of this relationship. With Venus here also, this means that you would be able to earn money by using your imagination and your experiences as women, because this 12th house is in the sign of Cancer, which relates to your eighth house, because it's in a water sign. These are the water houses. This energy from this 12th house is going to go into this house and this eighth house. So, whatever happened in your childhood is something that is meant to change the way that you see the world. And you're going to say something or come up with something, um, to share, that is going to help others. With this Pisces in the ninth, this means you understand spirituality very well as a team. You understand um, the way that everything works in a weird way that maybe other people don't. But also because of this, you're very firm in your your beliefs. There's some energy like that. You guys might be like stubborn in who you are together. Um, with the MC being in Aries, this means that to the world, you guys are meant to be known as pioneers, somebody who just came up with something, inventors, somebody who has Aries in his 10th is Bill Gates. He's a pioneer of something that's pretty big. But also, we have to note that the moon is in Taurus. So, this once again says something about singing. It says something about speaking, using your voice, being known for your beauty also counts with this going on here. But food, wine, the outdoors, nature. This is heavy Martha Stewart energy here as well, as far as the household and what Taurus really wants. But this also means that figuring out what your reputation was going to be as a duo was going to be something that was delayed. You'll be connected to a group of speakers, thinkers, and that's actually what's developing right now. And the people that you are connecting with, the teams, and this is also the house of siblings. So if there's any reconnection or like a super connection that you guys need to do for a business right now, it's the time. Watch, I'm gonna be super tickled if you already live together. Um, because Cancer is here as well, which means that you belong to a specific group of women. Like, as far as these would be your fans, the people that support you, the thinkers and the women, and the people who care for other people and have things to say or need to hear things from other people. Now, this 12th house of the undoing for you guys is in the sign of Cancer. So, this means martyring yourself or not acknowledging each other's boundaries or other people's boundaries. Because you know best, especially with this Leo right here. Would be the undoing of this relationship. So this is the setup for your family connections. Please let me know how this resonated. Thank you so much.